Many of my first gaming experiences were on the personal computer, and with help from websites such as Good Old Games, it's now far easier to revisit those early experiences. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at my top 5 most nostalgic PC games. Now bear in mind these games aren't in my top 5 for being really good games, some of them aren't. They're in it for the sheer nostalgia factor alone. Anyway, in no particular order, let's have a look. Growing up, my uncle was the one to introduce video games into my life. He'd always be playing interesting PC and PS1 games. One of the first PC games of his I tried, and possibly one of the first games I ever played, was 7th Guest. Now looking back, it's easy to laugh how cheesy the live action acting is and how bad the 3D graphics are. But this game received a lot of positive attention when it was first released because of those things. So the premise of the game is you awaken in a mansion once owned by a creepy dude named Henry Strauss. The house contains many puzzles to solve as you unravel what happened there many years ago through ghostly visions. As you can imagine, younger me didn't get very far in this game. The puzzles were too tricky and some of the cutscenes creeped me out way too much. Playing it now today is worth it for me for the sheer nostalgia factor, but I really wouldn't recommend it to casual gamers to try it. It can be quite frustrating. If you do want to have a look at it, you can find it on many platforms such as Steam, Good Old Games, Google Play and the App Store. Rollercoaster Tycoon is a timeless classic. The amusement park management game is still as good today as it was when it was released in 1999. You're tasked with a series of scenarios to complete which involve creating a theme park or maintaining an existing one. You'll achieve this by building a variety of stalls and rides. Most of the rides you can custom build yourself, so you can make them as tame or as crazy as you like. But bear in mind, you're best off finding a happy medium between crazy and tame, otherwise people won't go on it. I remember I once built a hedge maze the size of an entire park. Needless to say, nobody completed it. Now with these type of games, the most fun you're going to have is causing utter carnage. Anyway, pick this one up on Steam or Good Old Games, it's still an utter delight to play. Now when I got my first PC back in the late 90s, it came with a good collection of games. One of which was Grand Prix 3. Now that game was pretty fun, but it was a bit too simulation-like for my adolescent self. Fortunately, the game came with a demo for another racing game called Speedbusters. Now this was my sort of thing. Crazy courses, nitro-powered vehicles, arcade car handling, it definitely held my attention more than the precise driving needed for Formula 1. Now granted, the demo I had only had one track and one car, but that's all I needed at the time. I'd play it over and over again, driving slowly so I could explore the Mexico track. Now I'm older, I can buy the full game on Good Old Games and have a bigger selection of tracks. But I always find myself wanting to drive around that Mexico track again. Regarded as one of the best 2D shooters released, Raptor Call of the Shadows was released back in 1994. These days you can get it on Steam, Good Old Games and even iPhones. And I would recommend you seek it out as it's a blast to play. You start off with a basic machine gun, but as you kill enemies and destroy land structures, you earn money to buy better weapons and shields to upgrade your ship. I had the shareware version of this game back in the late 90s, so it's great to finally have a full version of the game with all the levels intact. The controls work great, the pixel graphics are a delight to look at, and the soundtrack kicks major ass. Overall, Raptor is tons of fun to play, and well worth checking out. Another game that came with my first PC, Caesar 3 tasks you with building a grand Roman city, but there's lots of different factors against you. Buildings will often collapse or catch on fire, hostile forces can sometimes try and take over, and you'd better please all the Roman gods with a temple dedicated to them, or they will smite your ass. So yeah, there's a lot here that frustrated me playing this at a younger age, but the Roman theme intrigued me quite a lot. At the time, the game taught me a lot about Roman infrastructures and religion, for example, and that spurred me on to find out more outside of the game. The game itself is a great city building game, and you can grab yourself a copy on Good Old Games if you want to try it out for yourself. So there we go, thank you very much for watching the video. Please leave a comment and let me know what old PC games you love to revisit for that nostalgia feeling. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my stuff, and I'll catch you in the next video.